Good evening, friends. It's a great pleasure to meet you all through this webinar regarding this program which has been organized jointly by Dr. MGR University and IIKE Academy to coach you all for career development. I hope all of you all are safe at home. Please take care. Be responsible, especially you may be having elders, old people at home, so be responsible and stay safe. Having said this, I would like to start by a small introduction of myself. I am V. Kumaravel. I am an ex-banker. I have worked for Indian Overseas Bank for more than 30 years. And I am specifically speaking to you today to just share my experience as how it was to be a banker. Having said this, the next thing I would like to do is congratulate you. My congrats to each and every one of you who are here. You might wonder, what did we do, what did we achieve to be congratulated in the beginning itself? Well, you having registered for this webinar itself is a big step towards development of your career. Any work begun well is half done. You have shown intent and seriousness in your career development, and therefore you have registered, which is a very important aspect in anyone achieving their goals. Therefore, your mere registration itself indicates that probably you have achieved about 25% of your goal. So that is why I congratulated you all. It's a correct step. It is the right step. You have taken this initiative at the right time. So once again, my congratulations to you. Now, this program is going to encompass very many topics. I scanned it, I went through it. It is wonderful. I mean, it's quite comprehensive. It will just give you an all-round development in what you should know to appear for a written exam. Either it may be the state government exam, the central government exam like IAS, or a bank exam which is conducted by the public sector banks or other financial institutions like Reserve Bank of India, NABARD, etc. So this gives you an overall knowledge, skill development, which I think you should make use of it very effectively and then sharpen your skills so that you become very competitive to face the examination. Now, I'll confine myself only to the area of bank because my expertise is only in bank. I do not know how it would be to work as a grade 1 officer in a state government or an IAS officer because I have not been any of them. I have been a simple bank manager, a simple bank staff or an officer. So I'll tell you how it is to be a bank manager or a bank staff. What is the advantage of getting into bank, or for that matter all the areas which has been enlisted in this program? Like, to be very precise, why should you get into a government organization or into a public sector undertaking? First and foremost is it gives you stability, continuity, and the kind of security which is unfortunately not available in the other sectors. I am not telling something new. You are also aware. To talk about the recent developments, especially after COVID, you would have been seeing in newspapers that airlines are thinking of cutting down staff, they are cutting down salary, food supply chains are cutting down staff. Many people are either losing their jobs or their income is being cut down. Not only here, in US, I know somebody who works for Harley Davidson. You must be knowing about the bike. It's one of the best bikes in the world. I have somebody working there. He tells me that his salary has been cut down by 1/3. So this is the situation all around. But compare and contrast with what is happening in a bank. Have you found any one bank come out and tell that yes, we are cutting down on staff strength because of the COVID? We are going to reduce this amount. We are going to cut that allowance. Have you seen in any papers? It has not happened so far. It will not happen at all. The reason being, there the demand may go down and therefore they may not have work for those people. But in a banking organization, there is always demand and there's always work, and more so in this kind of testing times. Now, with COVID, you would have also seen in the papers, seen in the TV, our government, central government is pumping in stimulus packages to the extent of 10% of our GDP, which is about 20,000 lakh crores. And major part of it is going to be in monetary terms. How will this reach the people? Whether it be an SSI unit, whether it be a small scale or MSI unit or a large scale unit, or it be a farmer, or it be a street vendor. Because the plans are to place money in their hands. How is all this going to happen? The only intermediary channel is the banks. The banks will be over and over loaded with these kind of work. So they'll need more people. And banks are happy to do it. Even under these COVID circumstances, did you find any bank closed? Did you find any ATM without money? No, the bank keeps on going. So you will have a continuous work in any kind of situation. So stability of work or continuity of work is there, which is a great advantage. I would like to even go back a little. Many of you would have been very young at that time, say in 2008 or something. Those days, the private sector was something celebrated too much, and the youngsters who came out of college were paid heavily. They didn't know anything, but still they were paid 60,000, 70,000. They didn't know how to spend the money. They played with the credit card, left, right, center. They bought lavish bikes. But all of a sudden, the bubble burst. The industry fell. People lost their jobs. Many guys got caught in the credit card quagmire. Somehow, because of all this, there was disturbance even in the family. The husband fought with the wife fought with the husband, it went to the court. These are things which will be created by instability. Now, if you join a bank, forget about instability. In other sectors, you sleep and tomorrow morning you get up, you don't know what's going to happen. Here it is not like that. You have a secured job on hand. That is number one. Number two, your salary is very decent or more than decent, I would say. It will easily take care of a family with 2 children, and you can lead a very comfortable life. I wouldn't say you can lead a luxurious life, but definitely you can lead a very safe and very satisfied life. As you grow in the organization, as you start aging, you will also require more money. That is also taken care of by annual increments, which is being given by the bank. Not only that, every 3 months once, you have something called the DA component, which keeps going up. In private sector, many organizations, there is no such thing as DA. This is dearness allowance or Panjapadi, I think they call it. When the prices go up, you are being paid more. It's called dearness allowance. That itself will work out to nearly 10% every year to your salary. Then you go a little further. You want to get married, marriage loan is there. You want to educate your son, your education loan is there. You want to buy a car loan is there. You want to buy a bike loan is there. You name it. You have, and all at a very concessional rate. Very concessional rate. Now don't go to keep telling all this outside, because people outside are already feeling the bank people are paid too much. That is, you are rewarded, but you also have to do some work, which many people will not do, which you will be called upon to do. So your job security is there, you have a very decent salary, and on retirement also, the corpus is being built up for your pension, which will take care of your retired life. So it is a holistic approach with a banking organization. It is more socialistic. It is not something that I use you till you have the energy and the youth, excuse me, and then you are thrown out. No, it is not like that. It is like a marriage. Once you join a bank, most of them have always continued in the bank, because the bank is good to them, they are also good to the bank. So this is one of the main reasons why I would tell you all that you should take up a bank job. Because in the present days, when things are so vagary and fluctuating and so many uncertainties, you choose something which is certain. Okay? Now this is as far as you are concerned. Now, what you can do for the society, because the society, or when you get salary, it's basically I'm talking about nationalized bank, and even everything is the society. You are getting from the society, you have to give back something to the society. Now, bank is the only organization where you have the opportunity to directly deal with the people who need money. You got that power in you. If you are even in a rural branch, you find a youth with a good idea, but he doesn't have the means. As a branch manager, you are empowered to give that money to him, and you can see him grow. When you see him grow, the kind of satisfaction you get would be immense. You will have to really experience it. I cannot tell you by words, because I have experienced it. When you experience that, you will know what kind of a noble profession you are. They say doctors are doing noble profession because they save lives. You are also in a noble profession because you are giving livelihood. They save life, you are giving livelihood. How much is your work different? So socially also you are contributing. You take small SSI units. I have funded 1 lakh to one person, and now he is having multi-crore business running. Now, he put in all the hard work, but I also take pleasure and pride in seeing, okay, I was in a way, some way helpful to him to do that, and he still acknowledges and meets me whenever is possible. So, from you benefit, and you also have an opportunity to benefit the society. What more do you need? So please take up this bank job. Again, I think I motivated you to take up the bank job. But then taking up the bank job is not that easy. Because like you, many people are going to compete. But don't be afraid of the competition. Because if 1 lakh applications come, 50,000 applications are simply Nami ki Vaas. They just applied because their father said, their mother said, their uncle said. The guy just applies just before the exam date. He just comes, asks his friend what this, and then goes to the exam. So you forget about that 50%. Then the next 30 to 35%. What? They are interested, but they don't have guidance. They don't know how to approach the exam. Probably they are not well connected, or they are some reasons could be there that they don't know how to approach an examination, because you have to approach an examination with some kind of hand holding. This will happen only when you do some kind of a training. So 35% are not your competitors. First I said 50, then I said 35, which makes 85 people are out. You are going to only compete with 15 people. How? If you take up the exam seriously, you have the proper training for it, and proper practice, and then the dedication. To do this, Mr. Jayachandran, his team are there to help you through. All you have to do is to just register, put in your best efforts. I am confident that they will handhold you throughout this and see that you reach the success. And I would like to see many of you as bank managers or bank officers, and I would be happy that I motivated you all. So take this program seriously. Do enroll yourself for this program, and you must have passion. You must have the passion. Yes, I can do it. Kumaravel said, I can do it. So I will do it. You have that passion, you will succeed. My very best wishes to you. Thank you, friends. It has been wonderful talking to you.